Hi guys, welcome back to my Brave XPS guide. Now I'm going to review Duran. So let's start on how to use his normal form. So on normal form, he is a Stardust Ray Chainer, and because he is true double hand character, it is really important to have elemental imbue. And good news for Duran users, he has 4 elements to imbue: dark, earth, fire, and ice. Yes, 4 elements, half of the elements on this game, which is amazing. And talking about the elemental, I can say that earth is his best element because you get 50% damage boost instead of 30% for other elements. But again, maybe that's not that important because what you want to get from this skill is elemental imbue. I can say yes, it is important, but it is not game breaking or anything. So basically, if the enemy doesn't have any particular resistance, you want to use Earth element. He can chain with Absolute Mirror of Equity, but I don't think it is that great. Basically, this is only used to get the damage mitigation and physical magic mitigations against Dragon. So yes, it is good, especially if you want to use him as a tank. But I really against you to make him a tank. Why? Sure, he is pretty durable, okay, because he gets 300% through double hand defense and 200% through double hand spirit. I can say he is probably the most durable attackers. But if you want to make him into tankers, that means you need to increase his defense boost stats, which kinda make his attack stats probably lower than it should be. That's why I think stop using him as a tank. Treat him as a durable attacker, okay? And yes, as an attacker, he doesn't have anything bad. He gets that 100% chain modifier cap as true double hand character. So yes, perfectly good. And he is also good against Dragon, 200% Dragon killer. And for Living Burst skill, I can say that it is not good, okay? It break enemy defense by 84%. Yes, 84%, which is lower than usual number, 85%. So again, better save your limit burst crystals for Brave Shift limit burst. Okay, it is AK's attack, which make it a little bit hard to finish, and the damage modifier, like you can see that it is not amazing at all. And on this form, he doesn't have limit burst damage buff to himself. So yes, just forget this limit burst. For rotation, it is pretty simple. I can say that it is basically a setup form. You want to use Rage of Mercenary to get 300% attack boost and damage modifier, and the most important thing is faster limit burst fill rate. This will allow you to gather limit burst crystal faster. So on Brave Shift form, you can use his limit burst as often as possible. And Crimson Vengeance. Crimson Vengeance is used to imperil 4 elements by 120%. So yes, amazing. And the most important thing is probably unlock World Breaker. World Breaker will be used later on Brave Shift form. And that's it on the first turn. You can choose 1 elemental to imbue, and that's it, okay? No need to stay for long on this form. And on the second turn, immediately go into Brave Shift form. So let's talk about it. So on Brave Shift form, he is still able to imbue himself with dark, earth, fire, and ice. Basically, he can still do most of the things he able to do on the normal form. So yes, you can also switch into Brave Shift form immediately on the first turn, because on this Brave Shift form, you get 150% limit burst damage buff from his Mirror of Equity chain. Okay, you can. The reason I said before to imbue on normal form is also gathering limit burst crystals. So when you go to Brave Shift, you have limit burst kind of ready. But if your Duran reach like X+2, which he has full limit burst on the start of the battle, you can go into Brave Shift form on the first turn. Okay, only go. I mean, if you don't have X+2, I really recommend you to use normal form on the first turn too, while gathering the limit burst crystals. Okay, I assume that on the third turn you will have that full limit burst on X+1. And yes, on this form, it is really powerful. The most powerful attack is his limit burst. Okay, his limit burst, it is amazing. I can say it is only one hit attack, so it is really easy to use for finishers. And yes, 240 times, it is good. Maybe you say, oh, Sephiroth and Tifa able to deal 350 times, and super limit burst characters able to deal 300 times. But remember, guys, Duran limit burst, it is flexible. Okay, you can change the element which suit your need. Okay, this is really big advantage. And after you use this limit burst, you get 100 times modifier for World Breaker. Okay, World Breaker is unlocked, like I said before, using Crimson Vengeance. And this World Breaker is really powerful, guys. If you get this modifier, you can deal about 1,400 times per turn, which is insane, guys. It's maybe even better than your limit burst if you don't have high limit burst damage boost. Okay, but if you, let's say, able to get 600% limit burst damage buff in total, 300% from passive and 300% from buff, then your limit burst is more powerful. But yeah, if you only get 450%, 300% from passive, and 150% from his own mirror of equity ability, then the World Breaker is still more powerful. So this is what makes him really great. Okay, the rotation is also the same. You can see it on the screen. And yes, that's it. Really good characters. Let's compare him to other characters. If you compare him against super limit burst characters, again, like I said before, Duran is flexible. Okay, 4 elements on his hand and more if you have another imbuer on your party. Amazing, right? And yeah, the best part is he is insanely durable. Okay, really nice health, really nice defense and spirit. Sure, you may say that, oh, we need physical evasion like Sephiroth. Duran doesn't have physical evasion. Yes, you are correct, but again, I talk about defense, spirit, health. Duran is really good. Okay, and yes, the most advantage Duran has is he doesn't need to wait for super limit burst cooldown. Okay, after you use I forget the name, the normal ability, Rage of Mercenary, you get 250% limit burst, faster limit burst fill rate. And if you can generate enough limit burst crystals, you probably able to use his super limit burst every turn. So sure, maybe character like Xian, Kurasame probably gonna be useful on Dark Vision because you need to deal as high damage as possible. But on normal battle, I can say that Duran may be better because he can, his average damage is probably better than SLB character. That's what I want to say. And yes, another disadvantage I don't like about Duran is he gets plus 500 attack on X plus 3, while super limit burst characters get it on X plus 2. Okay, so that means he is quite expansive and probably his attack stats gonna be lower if you are not maxing him. Okay, and if you compare Duran against Sephiroth, like I said, he is flexible. So really, guys, Sephiroth and cannot really be compared. And yes, I can say that the advantage and disadvantage is still the same. But again, remember, for Sephiroth to reach 350 times, he needs to stack his limit burst, which is another hassle in my opinion. Okay, so Duran is really one of the best physical finisher on the game. Okay, not the best, but really powerful, and in terms of flexibility, he is the best. Okay, so that's all for comparison. My conclusion for Duran. So like I said, he is really flexible finisher. He able to finish dark, earth, fire, and ice. So if you take a look on the element though, for dark we already have Sephiroth. For earth we already have Shan. For ice we already have Ice Reaper Kurasame. So maybe it is not that special, especially if you already have those characters. Okay, but again, if you have other imbuer, then Duran can definitely help you on dark vision like trials, where you want to deal as many damage as possible. And yeah, he can still be used also as a chainer because his chaining skill is also very powerful. But I believe the enemy probably gonna be die when you use his Breath Shield Limit Burst. And again, he is pretty durable, guys. And remember, on Breath Shield form, he has maximum true double hand stats, which means you can you can use, leftover slots, ability slots for killers, which make him more flexible. Okay, really nice. And the best part is, he is still powerful even when he cannot use his limit burst. Characters like Sephiroth, Shan, once you use their super limit burst, that's it. You need to wait for a few turns and yes, they become powerful again. But for Duran, that World Breaker gonna be really powerful. But again, the problem is for the content on this game. Usually after you deal some big attack, the battle is already over. So maybe you don't have a chance to use your World Breaker. Not sure, okay, but still, he is very powerful. He is limited character though, so it's your time for you to get him. And I think if you don't have Sephiroth, if you don't have Shan, if you don't have Tifa, basically if you don't have strong finisher right now, Duran, I really recommend you to get him because he's kind of like jack of all trades finisher, okay? His element is flexible, very powerful, very durable, easy to gear. What's not to love about him? So I can give him, let's say, like 9.5 out of 10, really good character. But I believe that Angela is still a better choice, okay? Because there are so many physical finishers we have on the global. But for magic finishers, we kind of have no one, right? And Angela is flexible. So really, guys, I still think that Angela is the best compared to Duran. To be honest, I haven't taken a look on Riz, but I will talk about Riz on her review video. So I will talk about that later. And Duran, Trust Master Reward, and STMR, I can say they are kind of mediocre. Not bad, but yeah, not something I'm gonna chase for. Just okay, I guess. For the Vision card, it is basically the same like other mana characters. Good for attack magic boost, but you cannot get the limit burst damage, which is, I can say it's okay Vision card. So I think that's all you need to know about Duran. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Breath XP Guide. Bye bye, guys.